Today's video is definitely not one I want to do, and it's not going to have a lighthearted tone. Today I found out that there is something wrong with my sweet Timmy here, and I am going to share it with you in hopes that it might be educational and help you out if you have something similar occur with your rabbit. This all started when I picked Timmy up to take him outside today. I used a little pet carrier to take all the other rabbits out, but Timmy is just so sweet and he's really good with being picked up most of the time. So I just picked him up, and I happened to kind of pick him up like, hang on, he's not gonna like it, kind of like this. And I just looked at his tummy, I don't know why. And I noticed that one of his testicles, it looks like, is really enlarged. It looks like a tumor. And my heart sank because, as you know, Timmy is probably my favorite. I've had him for years. He gives me kisses. He's just so mild-mannered, mellow Timmy. And he's 5 years old, 5 years, 2 months to be exact. So I know he's no spring chicken. And unfortunately, with aging rabbits, this is something that you often have to deal with. I just lost my Anna over the winter. And just a few weeks ago, Sonny Jim, my orange buck, who was also 5, he's 5.5, he started really wheezing, and long story short, I thought it could be that rabbit hemorrhagic disease, but it turned out it wasn't, and he did get better with antibiotics and anti-inflammatories in just a few days, and he's doing well. With Timmy here, it's definitely something different. Of course, cancer crosses my mind. Best case scenario is, and he's licking me, maybe if we get him neutered. I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know if that is going to be the solution, but from what I have read, that is a possible solution if we've caught this early enough. And worst case scenario, obviously, is that he's not going to make it, that his time left is pretty limited. So thankfully, I called the vet, and we were fortunate enough to get an emergency appointment same day. So tonight we take him. It's about an hour away, and we might have to wait an hour or 2 hours, they said. And when we were there with Sonny Jim, it was really quick. We just sat out in the parking lot, and they came and took him from us, and we actually had a consultation with the veterinarian right outside the exam room window. So, you know, it was safe for the vet and for us, and, you know, that was a good experience. I don't know what this is going to be. In just a minute, I will show you the enlarged testicle, but I will warn you, you know, obviously it's not bloody or anything, but if that type of thing bothers you, you might not want to watch. So it's about 10 o'clock at night, and we just got back from the vet's office. Little Timmy's down there hanging out in the carrier. He's gonna go back in his house soon. It's not good news. The doctor said that Timmy has a scrotal hernia. And he said he was hoping it was cancer, because that would be usually an easy fix. but it's not true with a scrotal hernia. He basically has a little opening that is allowing, the doctor said, fat, and there might be fluids collecting also in the scrotal area. And he said it's not painful. It's not causing Timmy pain, but it eventually will get larger, and we don't know how large. But the problem is, eventually it is going to cause problems with Timmy's intestines. I'm guessing because it's going to be putting pressure on the intestines. And that would mean GI stasis. That would mean him stopping to eat and having to be put down at that point. I was really hoping that we might be getting some good news, but sorry, it's making me so upset. Like many of you, Timmy is obviously such a sweet boy and definitely a favorite. So hearing that news was pretty traumatic. And, you know, like you might be wondering, I asked if there was a way that the doctor could perform surgery. And he said, yes, he has, I think, only done the surgery once, definitely not many times. It's not something that you see very often. It is a rare occurrence to have this type of a hernia. And there is a surgery that he could perform to, and I don't know any of the technical jargon or terms to use, but basically would push it back in and seal up the hole so it wouldn't be a problem again. But the issue is, not only is it a risky surgery, but this is a 5-year-old, 2-month rabbit. So Timmy is definitely a senior rabbit, and it's a question of, could he handle the surgery? The doctor said if he survived the surgery, then he thinks the prognosis is good. However, it's a risk. It's definitely an invasive surgery and has its risks. So I really feel that I don't know what to do. This is really such a tough decision. And if this had been something I had to decide upon years ago when I first started with rabbits, and I was showing and breeding a lot of rabbits, and they were in wire cages, small cages, I know that's bad, and things have really transformed, and my eyes have been opened to the pet world, and I have been transitioning that way. So Timmy, not only is he special because I've had him for so long, but he also is just such a nice boy, and I do see my rabbits as my pets, and I know it is a big risk to put him through that. I know he is an older rabbit at 5 years old. The average lifespan being 6-8 years, can go higher. I just don't know what the best option is. I would like to think that he is strong and can make it through the surgery, but if we go through that and I put him through that and he doesn't make it, I'm going to feel horrible, and I won't have him around, and he will lose his life because of my decision. So even though he is just a rabbit, that is not something I take lightly. But if I do nothing, he won't have to go through the surgery, but he will have to suffer through whatever pain is brought on by the hernia creating pressure on his intestines. And once he stops eating, that stasis is painful. It's painful because he will start grinding his teeth. He's going to stop eating. And we will have to put him down to spare him from suffering a long, painful death. I wish I had a crystal ball and knew, if that is a year or two off, then putting off the surgery seems like it would make sense. But if that's only a few months away, if that's going to happen before fall, then I think it's worth the risk of the surgery. There really isn't much we know. There are no certainties other than there are risks in either decision we make. And I am sorry I just keep rambling on, and I know this is a much different video than I normally make. And I apologize if you were expecting a happy, bubbly video like I often make. No bunnertainment today. But yeah, this is just another thing that you could possibly go through with a rabbit. I like to really lay it all out there on the table, tell it like it is, with how difficult it can be to take care of a rabbit. And then you have things like this that happen, and it can be a lot more difficult to take care of on a small rabbit than a cat or a dog. And then you have to find a vet who will take care of it and is experienced enough. And then you have the financial issues of it. So it's real. And I really don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to sleep on it. So it's been a long night, and I've done a lot of contemplating, and I've decided that I'm going to get the surgery for Timmy. And that certainly isn't a decision that I made lightly, because I know there is a risk, but I know if he doesn't get the surgery, he eventually will have complications from his hernia that will likely kill him or cause him to be put down. So I believe that the benefits of potentially having him around for years to come outweighs the risks. And of course, if something happens during surgery, I am not going to get over that very easily, and I will be very sad to not have this guy around. As you can tell, he's just super sweet, super mellow. In addition to the risks for poor Timmy here, this obviously is going to be requiring a hefty financial investment. I am fortunate to have these YouTube videos that will eventually pay for it, as well as my lop shop on my website, where I make bunny beds and fleece comfort items for the rabbits. And I don't really talk about that much because I'm the only one who sews. These are all handmade items, and I have trouble keeping up the inventory as it is, so I really don't want to be inundated by orders. But over time, I eventually can get the funds for this, and he's going to get the surgery, and I will pay for that over time. But I also know that there are a lot of devoted fans who will be asking how to help. And I did start a GoFundMe for Timmy's surgery, and I will put that link below. I don't like asking for help, and I don't feel deserving of assistance. But I have to remember this is for Timmy, so I am stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. And if you are in the position where you are able to donate $5 or $10 to help this buck, that was a joke, that would be greatly appreciated. But I do not want anybody to forego any necessities or wants to donate. But if you are in a position where you are able to and you would like to, I will put the link below. And I'm very appreciative. And I really hope this has a good outcome for Timmy, obviously, and I know you all do too. I just know that if I don't do anything, I will regret it. Even if he doesn't survive the surgery, I feel I owe it to him to give him all the assistance that I can. And over this past winter, when I lost my female Anna, I wasn't able to get her help in time. And now that I know Timmy has an issue and I know what it is, and I know there is a way that I can help him. And if I don't help him, he has an uncertain amount of time left that is likely less than if he gets the surgery. So I guess we're going to go for it. I wish Timmy could weigh in on the situation, huh, buddy? He's just chomping his teeth, happy as can be. I appreciate you sticking with me through this very long-winded video. This is not the style of video I like to make, mainly because you have to look at my face the whole time. Sorry about that. And I will try my best to keep you updated on Timmy's situation here on YouTube and possibly on my Instagram and Facebook as well. But I'm really bad with social media, so more than likely it'll be on YouTube. Hi, buddy. You like my microphone? So thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate your support. It means a lot.